Hey guys, welcome back. Leo here. As always, we have Garnett behind the camera. Today I'm going to make you one of my favorite pasta dishes, pasta carbonara, but with a delicious twist. We are going to take this salty guilty pleasure up a notch and introduce some sweet caramelized goodness. I'm going to show you how to get that perfect creamy consistency, which is the mark of any great carbonara. So you're going to want to stick around for this one. For this recipe, we will be using pancetta instead of the traditional guanciale. The reason for this is because I find guanciale is just a bit too fatty, and you get a nicer meat to fat ratio with most pancettas. 5 large eggs. The difference maker for this recipe? White onion and sweet red pepper. For a Roman dish, we're going to use a Roman cheese, pecorino romano. Some freshly ground black pepper. Pasta choice, traditionally made with spaghetti, but to me, the best option is always something tubular and rigid. The pan you use should be large enough to marry all the ingredients together at one point. I found that a 6-quart pan was ideal for the quantities of this recipe. Start by cutting the pancetta into 1/4 to 1/2 inch cubes. Next, de-seed and dice your sweet pepper along with white onion and set aside. A splash of olive oil and bring your pan up to temperature. You will want to sauté on a medium-high level to achieve a nice crispy exterior without burning, while also maintaining a soft, chewy interior. We start with sautéing the pancetta so we can cook the other ingredients in the pork lard that's left behind. When done, using a large spoon, remove the pancetta from the pan and set aside. Now reduce the heat to medium and add the veggies to fry inside that delicious pork fat. We use it to infuse the flavors into that pepper and onion. Another benefit of cooking the pancetta first is the fond byproduct created at the bottom of the pan. This combined with the lard enhances the dish immensely. So while we're cooking that, we will put on our pot of water, adding the salt, and wait for it to boil. Just to touch on it quickly again. I'm using a rigid, tubular pasta because the shape and texture acts like a mini pasta pouch for the creamy sauce, delivering all that delicious goodness into every bite. Take your time and slowly caramelize the natural sugars in the vegetables. You want to take care and not rush this process because there's a fine line between caramelizing and burning. It should only take about 15 minutes, but if you need a bit longer or need to add a splash of water as you go, do what's necessary. This entire dish really relies on how delightfully sweet you can make these vegetables. Once this is done, add your pancetta back to the pan. Mix it all together, and very, very important, turn off the heat. By this time, your water should have boiled and you can start cooking your pasta. At this point, you can go ahead and start putting together the egg mixture. Adding the eggs, black pepper, and grated pecorino romano cheese into a small bowl and whisk it all together. Back to the pasta. A quick masterclass on ensuring your pasta is al dente. You want to remove the pasta the moment before it cooks all the way through. I find the age-old bite technique works the best. When your pasta is almost cooked, take a bite into one and you will notice a light ring of raw pasta inside, signifying to you its level of doneness. You want to remove the pasta from the water when the ring is faint and barely visible. The pasta will continue to cook the rest of the way on its own, leaving you with that perfect al dente. Just before straining, take a couple large spoons of pasta water and add it to the frying pan. The starchy water will add moisture to the sauce, as well as aid in binding that sauce to the pasta. Now strain your pasta and add it to the frying pan, marrying together the pancetta, vegetables, and pasta water. Alright, time to make the magic happen. So because we had removed the pan from the heat a little earlier, the ingredients are hot but not scorching. At this point, we can feel comfortable combining the pasta and egg mixtures together. This allows the two to come together and create that perfect, creamy consistency without overcooking the eggs. Because let's be honest, you would hate to end up with a bowl of scrambled egg pasta. Let this sit now for about 5 to 10 minutes, allowing the pasta to absorb and thicken the sauce. Okay, the 5 minutes is up. Let's dive in. Wow, creamy and delicious. Just going to garnish it with a little bit more black pepper on the top, a little bit of pecorino romano cheese. Wow, and it's done. Let's try this. Looks phenomenal. Wow, it's creamy, it's salty, it's sweet. To die for. Well, that's it for us, guys. Like, subscribe, share, all that keeps us coming back. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.